Welcome to the Sage Thought Leadership Podcast. Experience support for confident business makers. Well, hi, everyone, and welcome to our podcast. I'm Ed Kless, and with me again is Brian M. Kelly. Brian is the Managing Partner of CMS, Cost Management Services at iRecruit. He has over 25 years of experience in the human resources software tax credit industry. CMS originally sold HR software and work opportunity tax credit screening and is developing iRecruit for our Sage HRMS customers to meet and to automate and streamline their recruiting, application tracking, and electronic onboarding operations. Brian has a BS in finance from the University of Central Connecticut, and CMS is a member of the Society for Human Resource Management. And in his spare time, Brian plays both and coaches ice hockey and is an avid golfer and boater. Welcome back to the Sage Thought Leadership Podcast, Brian Kelly.
Thank you, Ed. Thanks for having me here this morning. I appreciate it.
Well, Brian, we have talked a couple of times before, so I'm going to skip over our usual why question, and let's get into the meat of the conversation today. And that is, you talk about this. We talked about WOTC last time. What are they? Work opportunity tax credits. But you have some practical applications that you want to share with our audience, and that is, how can businesses improve their even marketing and sales by taking advantage of these?
Perfect, Ed. And first of all, to the business community, we welcome the opportunity to do webinars for you and your clients on this topic if you chose to going forward. But so our whole goal, Ed, with the business partner community is to help them be a trusted advisor to their clients and to bring some value to the clients that the client might not either know or hasn't heard it from their accountant as far as the WOTC, which is a work opportunity tax credit program.
And why is this so unknown, Brian? Why do people not know about this?
It's an obscure tax credit. And to be honest with you, because it falls under IRS regulations, a lot of the accountants and CPA firms hear about it, but it takes a lot of work, meaning we have to screen every new hire a company brings on board to take advantage of the tax credit. So you don't see too many CPAs that want to get involved in that process. So they kind of brush it to the side, to be honest with you, Ed.
And then, of course, that's where you guys come in. But talk to me a little bit more about how is it that from a business opportunity standpoint, you can really improve your business? You had a specific example that you were taking me through before we started recording.
Yeah, and something that we share with the business partner in the Sage community that's interesting. We just launched a new calculator on our website at cmswotc.com. And where we're going with that calculator is we know that 10 to 15% of all new hires qualify for the work opportunity tax credit. And I know the average tax credit is $2,400. So that would become $36,000 in WOTC tax credits that the company can earn as an employer to reduce their tax liability. Now, if I take that same $36,000, how much sales do I need to create to equal that tax credit value? And I have to generate $179,000 for a $36,000 tax credit. So they're extremely valuable.
And of course, that makes a big difference overall. But is this something, Brian, you think that smaller businesses can take advantage of as well?
Absolutely, smaller businesses can take advantage of it. We actually tell our CPA firms that we don't want to discriminate on employee size, but at the same time, we typically work with companies that are, 50, 75 new hires and above per year.
Because that's where it really kind of makes the most sense when you start talking about those kind of numbers.
Exactly.
And what could be a lead-in conversation that a partner might want to have with one of their customers about this idea?
Well, if the business partners reach out to us, I can give them a little a checklist to go through. I think it's important for our business partners to be really thought leaders, and by educating them on things that they're not aware of is critical. So if a business partner has a quarterly or semi-annual or annual meeting with their clients, are they going out? Are they taking the extra steps to check out, is the company in the upside? Are they on the downside? Could they use tax credits? If so, how many new hires do they have per year? So asking those specific questions as basically a business change agent is critical. I think a lot of business partners, and me myself, would do the same thing. If I don't know a lot about something, I would not necessarily bring it up. But from a thought leadership position, we can't create change if we don't change ourselves. So it's change choices that we're making to basically help the employer and their client to save dollars, which, by the way, could, if I'm saving somebody at $36,000, I think they can afford maybe an extra Sage module or two.
So talk to me a little bit about maybe a success story that you've had recently where you've had helped a customer have a significant savings.
Honestly, Ed, there's many references that I can have. We have and I don't want to go away from the small client because we have a lot of clients. Actually, we set up one in Chicago this week that has 5 different restaurants that they're opening. And they're probably going to hire, 20 employees per store, 5 stores. We're going to definitely save them some dollars. We also have some very large clients. There's a retailer that has 12,000 employees that we screen, and we're saving them millions of dollars in tax credits. I don't know, there's only obviously a few 500 Fortune companies. So we certainly don't discriminate against a smaller employer. Matter of fact, we want to help them.
Yeah. Last time I checked, there were 500 Fortune 500 companies. Well, Brian, as you know, we have an exit question that we ask all of our guests every time, despite how many times they've been on the show. And that is, who is a hero of yours and why are they a hero?
There's not one hero. There's obviously many that affect our lives. But if I look and reflect back on our company, I have a team of people that are all heroes. Matter of fact, we're celebrating one of them's birthday tomorrow. He's been with us 15 years as one of our chief developers. So, it's interesting. We have a team of heroes that really help and help the business grow, help the business run, and help its clients save money.
Brian Kelly, thanks so much for being a guest. Oh, I'm sorry. Forgot to ask you one more question. How can somebody contact you?
Either reach me at bkelly@cmswotc.com or give me a call directly. My cell number is 860-729-9418.
All right, Brian Kelly.
Too many people, Ed.
Yep. Thanks again for being a guest on the Sage Thought Leadership Podcast.
Thank you, Ed.
Review and subscribe by searching your podcast player of choice for Sage Thought Leadership Podcast.